are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm Gina, I'm your occupational therapist. Last session I conducted your occupational profile, and I think this assessment will be good for us to get more information for your intervention planning so we can get you back home and get you back to work, okay?
Thank you.
So this assessment that I'm about to give to you, it's a questionnaire. It covers 8 concepts of physical functioning, bodily pain, role limitations due to physical health problems, role limitations due to personal or emotional problems, emotional well-being, social functioning, energy fatigue, and general health perceptions, okay? So I'm just gonna ask you questions and you're gonna answer accordingly. So the first question is, in general, how would you say your health is? Excellent, very good, good, fair, or poor?
Poor.
Okay. Compared to 1 year ago, how would you rate your health in general now? Much better than 1 year ago, somewhat better than 1 year ago, about the same, somewhat worse, or much worse?
Much worse.
Okay. For these questions, you're going to answer either yes, limited a lot, yes, limited a little, or no, limited at all. So you're going to rate these questions based on your health right now, currently. So can you do any kind of vigorous activities right now?
Limited to a lot.
Okay. Can you do any kind of moderate activities right now, such as, I know you mentioned before that you like to play golf.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be able to do that right now?
No, limited a lot.
Carrying any kind of groceries?
Limited a lot.
Climbing several or 1 flight of stairs?
Very limited. I have to take a break. I could do 2 steps and that's it, so I'm limited a lot.
Okay. So walking a mile, several blocks?
Limited a lot.
Bathing or dressing yourself?
Limited a lot.
Okay, so I know after your heart attack, it is very hard for you to do any of these activities. But before your heart attack, were you able to engage in some of these activities?
Oh yes, I enjoyed playing golf. The flights of stairs were okay, helping with the groceries, but now it's very difficult.
Were you okay doing several flights of stairs before, or
Yes.
were you limited to 1?
4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I did maybe 5 or 6.
Okay. Okay, so this you're going to answer either yes or no. You're going to answer these questions yes or no. From the past 4 weeks, have you had any of the following problems with your work or other regular daily activities as a result of your physical health? So, have you cut down on the amount of time you spend on work or other activities?
No.
Have you accomplished less than you would like?
No.
Were limited in the kind of work or other activities?
Yes.
Had difficulty performing the work or other activities?
Yes.
Okay. Cut down the amount of time you spend on work or other activities?
Yes.
Accomplished less than you would like?
Yes.
Didn't do work or other activities as carefully as usual?
No.
Okay. During the past 4 weeks, to what extent has your physical health or emotional problems interfered with your normal social activities with family, friends, neighbors, or groups? Not at all, slightly, moderately, quite a bit, or extremely?
Quite a bit.
How much bodily pain have you had during the past 4 weeks? None, very mild, mild, moderate, severe, very severe.
Moderate.
During the past 4 weeks, how much did pain interfere with your normal work, including both work outside the home and housework?
Quite a bit.
Okay. For these questions, you're going to answer them how you feel and how things have been within the last 4 weeks. You're going to either rate them all of the time, most of the time, a good bit of the time, some of the time, a little bit of the time, or none of the time. So, did you feel full of pep?
A little bit of the time.
Have you been a very nervous person?
A good bit of the time.
Have you felt so down in the dumps that nothing could cheer you up?
A little bit of the time.
Have you felt calm and peaceful?
None of the time.
Did you have a lot of energy?
A little bit of the time.
Have you felt downhearted and blue?
Some of the time.
Did you feel worn out?
All the time.
Have you been a happy person?
Some of the time.
Did you feel tired?
All the time.
Okay. During the past 4 weeks, how much of the time has your physical health or emotional problems interfered with your social activities? All of the time, most of the time, some of the time, a little bit of the time, or none of the time?
Some of the time.
Okay, and the last set of questions, you're going to answer how true or false each of the following statements is. So you're going to either choose definitely true, mostly true, don't know, mostly false, or definitely false. So I seem to get a little sick easier I seem to get a little sick easier than other people.
Mostly false.
I am as healthy as anybody I know.
Mostly false.
I expect my health to get worse.
Definitely true.
My health is excellent.
Definitely false.
Okay. And that concludes our assessment. Thank you, Carl. And we are going to score these results and try and get you back home and back to work as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you very much, Gina.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So scoring for the RAND 36 health survey, it's a two-step process. So for the first process, overall, a high score defines a more favorable health state. So the higher the score, the better. Each item is scored on a 0 to 100 range. So the lowest and the highest scores are set from 0 to 100. And then in step 2, the items in the same scale are averaged together to create the 8 overall scale scores. Table 2 lists the items averaged together to create each scale item, which I'm going to show you an example of. And then table 3, they have overall means from a medical outcome study to see what is typical or normal. So I'm going to show you over here. So this is table 1, this is step 1. So these are the item numbers. So for example, number 1, number 2, 20, 22, 34, and 36. So if Carl on number 1, he answered, for number 1, he answered poor. So poor would be a recorded value of 0. So over here is all the recorded values for each item that he answered. In this column, it gives you the change of original response in the category and the recorded value of each response that Carl chooses. So I already converted all of the responses. So once you do that, you go to table 2, which is step 2, and you find the average. So for example, physical functioning, I go to table 1, I record what correlated with number 13, 14, 15, and 16. He scored 100, 100, 0, and 0, which came to 200. Then you find the average. So 200 divided by 4, which gives you a mean of 50. Once you have all of your totals for each category, there's 8. Then you can go to table 3. So table 3 has the list of the mean scores according to the medical outcomes study. And I listed Carl's scores next to the mean score. So just to recap the scoring process one more time, you're going to go to step 1, which is table 1. It's going to give you the item or the question number, and next to it, it's going to give you what each answer value is worth. So this is answer 1, you get 100, answer 2 is a 75. If you selected 3, 50, 4, 25, 5, 0. So I correlated each question number with the value. Once you do that for all of the questions, you're going to go to table 2, step 2. You're going to add up all of the values recorded from table 1, and you're going to average them. So you add them up, average them by the number of questions, and that will give you your total score. Once you have your total score for all 8 categories, you go to table 3, and you can compare the mean to the total scores for Carl. So I wrote Carl's total scores next to the mean. So for physical functioning, Carl scored a 0, and the mean is 70.61. For role functioning physical, the mean is 52.97. Carl scored a 50. For role functioning emotional, the mean was 65.78. Carl scored a 33.3. For energy fatigue, the mean was a 52.15, and Carl scored a 10. For emotional well-being, the mean was 70.38, and Carl scored a 44. For pain, the mean was 78.77. Carl scored a 37.5. For pain, the mean was 70.77. he scored a 32.5, and then for general health, the mean is a 56.99, and Carl scored a 20. And then the health change, this would be recorded after 1 year, which we might not get to because of the setting that we're in, but that is here in the mean for that. So comparing the mean and Carl's scores can give you an idea of what to work on first in intervention. So clearly his physical functioning, he needs work on, especially if he wants to participate in work and go back home, and so on and so forth. So you can prioritize what you want to work on first according to the scores that Carl received.